Britney Spears' ex Kevin Federline claims she stood in son's doorway with knife while they slept. Britney Spears would sometimes stand outside of her son's room when they were at her house with a knife while they slept, ex-husband Kevin Federline has claimed. They would awaken sometimes at night to find her standing silently in the doorway, watching them sleep. "Oh, you're awake?" With a knife in her hand, the former backup dancer wrote in his upcoming memoir, "You thought you knew," according to the New York Times. Then she'd turn around and pad off without explanation. Fox News Digital has reached out to Spears' reps for comment. A rep for Spears told Us Weekly, "With news from Kevin's book breaking, once again he and others are profiting off her, and sadly it comes after child support has ended with Kevin. All she cares about are her kids, Sean Preston and Jaden James, and their well-being during this sensationalism." Federline said the incidents made her sons, Sean Preston, 20, and Jaden James, 19, afraid to stay at her house following her split from him in 2007. He also wrote about the time in 2007 when Spears was placed on an involuntary psychiatric hold at a hospital following a custody dispute in which she refused to let the boys go with his representatives. "It was one of the hardest nights of my life," the 47-year-old wrote of that night. "I felt sick over what she was going through. This was someone I had loved. Someone I had built a life with. The mother of my children." Weeks later, Spears was placed on another psych hold that eventually led to her 13-year conservatorship, and Federline getting primary custody of the boys. Federline admitted in an interview with The Times that he hasn't spoken to Spears in years, but expressed concern that her release from her conservatorship in 2021 wasn't a good idea. "It's become impossible to pretend everything's okay," Federline wrote, according to The Times. "From where I sit, the clock is ticking, and we're getting close to the 11th hour. Something bad is going to happen if things don't change, and my biggest fear is that our sons will be left holding the pieces." He urged all the people who supported the Free Britney movement to get her out of her conservatorship to now put the same energy into this Save Britney movement, because this is no longer about freedom. It's about survival. Earlier this year, Spears posted a video she took of one of her sons playing the piano. She could be heard crying in the video and exclaiming, "That's my baby," reposting because it's a far better edit and "excuse me crying and breathing hard." She captioned the post, "I was excited. Mamas don't get enough credit at all these days. I mean, just saying. I made a person. A live breathing person, and I made 2 of them. And my boys are so incredibly sweet and charming. I'm so blessed." In June, she also shared a photo of her reuniting with Jaden. But her relationship with her sons has been fraught over the years. In 2022, the Oops, I Did It Again singer wrote a revealing since-deleted post on Instagram, accusing her sons of being hateful, following an interview with the Daily Mail in which the boys discussed repairing their relationship with her. "I know that teenagers are just hard to deal with at that age. But come on, there's being rude, then there's being hateful. They would visit me, walk in the door, go straight to their room and lock the door," she wrote at the time. "I'm like, why come visit me if they don't even visit me? But I never said that because I have to be kind," she added. "It breaks my heart because it seems to me that these days, cruelty does in fact win, although it's not about winning or losing. But I can't process how I dedicated 20 years of my life to those kids. Everything was about them. For them to knock the breath out of me." In the interview, Jaden said there is no hate between them and Spears, but it will take a lot of time and effort to fix their relationship. "I 100% think this can be fixed," he said. "I just want her to get better mentally. When she gets better, I really want to see her again. I love you a lot, I hope for the best for you," he said directly to Spears. "Maybe one day we can sit down like this and talk again." Federline also said in the interview that the boys decided on their own not to attend her 2022 wedding to Sam Asghari that ended in divorce a year later. In her 2023 memoir, The Woman in Me, Spears denied Federline's claims that she ever had serious substance abuse issues, and wrote that during their divorce he tried to convince everyone that I was completely out of control.